Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, I think some of you know that I am one of the 1 in 4 women in America who has had an abortion.
One of the most emotional moments of the congressional hearing came when a lawmaker shared her own personal experience with abortion, explaining why she believes the issue should remain a constitutional right and criticizing language that labels women who have abortions as murderers.
Mother about it before I wrote an op-ed in the paper. For me, it was actually a very difficult decision to make. It isn't for everybody, and I don't think it should have to be. So, you know, Mr. Roy, you're right. We have different starting places. I start with the Constitution. I start with the Constitution, and I start with the constitutional right that I have to make choices about my own body. And I also am very offended by the idea that anybody on your side would call me a murderer for making a choice about my health and my body that you cannot even begin to understand or know what I was dealing with. So please do not be paternalistic towards us as we make choices that are our choices. Nobody knows the circumstances we go through. Nobody understands what we have to think about. And by the way, nobody except us is actually, the pregnant person is actually the person that is affected along with anybody that we choose to bring in. And you know what? I would like to leave protecting my health to my doctor and to me. I don't think that Ms. Pinheiro or I or any other person who makes this constitutionally protected choice should be traumatized by being called a murderer. That is just outrageous in my mind. Another issue that often overlaps with reproductive justice is health coverage. And you highlighted in your powerful testimony that because of the Hyde Amendment, your abortion care was not covered. Thinking about the patients that your fund serves and your personal experience, how are communities of color in particular disproportionately impacted by restrictions on abortion funding by health insurance programs such as Medicaid?
Thank you for your question, Congresswoman, and I appreciate the solidarity here. It is not easy to hear the inflammatory rhetoric, and as a survivor, as someone who has had an abortion here, I am consistently offended. But this is not new. This is what people who have abortions deal with. This is what quote unquote sidewalk counselors are yelling at patients who are going in to get health care. And addressing the Hyde Amendment, I think it's ironic that we've spent the day talking about abortion restrictions, allegedly supporting women and their families, and if we were to end the Hyde Amendment, I would hope that a priority could be to fund programs for women and their families so that clients like...
Don't miss the next video on abortion debate. Like, comment, and hit the subscribers button for more controversial showdowns.
Mr. Chairman, I just would ask that my colleagues stop calling us murderers. I do not appreciate that. I yield back.
I agree with you.